It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season 2023. Welcome to spring. Like spring will be springing. Hopefully you will be sprung. I wish that for you. So be sure to check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising. Patreon gets everything first. Patreon.com/justjeverything. For free content, check out my Instasham, justj_everything. TikTok at justjeverything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, justjeverything.com. All the links are in the description box below. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's get into it. Hydrate, light it if you got it. Be sure to check out the Taurus season astrology video. It's going to have all of the important astrological dates and transits in it. And Cancer, for you, being ruled by the moon, there's some really important moon shit that's going on this season. We come fresh out of the gate. Ooh, Chariot reverse, you already showing up. We come out of the gate with, in Taurus season, with a new moon total solar eclipse right before the moon, right before the sun goes into the sign of Taurus. So on April 20th, that it if you got it, on April 20th, we have the new moon total solar eclipse, and I'll do a separate video on it, but who you are is fundamentally changing, and that new moon total solar eclipse is happening in the sign of Aries. I am. So I feel like you being the sign of the mother, having this total eclipse, total solar eclipse in the sign of the child, the baby, your relationship to nurturing, your relationship to yourself, your relationship to motherhood, your relationship. And it's funny that we're having your ruling planet is doing like dope shit and you just got Mars. And your ruling planet is doing dope shit in the sign that Mars rules. And I just saw 222 on the clock. And I feel like there's something about mastering, becoming more masterful with your emotions, becoming more masterful with your feelings. They're ready to talk. So hydrate, light if you got it, like I said, as we create a safe space for our benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Taurus season 2023. This feels, I do feel like it feels, when I first leaned in, it was like very upbeat, and that makes sense. You're getting Mars. You're getting the God of War. There is this like boost of energy. And then also this season, you're going to have the new moon in Taurus on May 19th, right before you lose Taurus. I mean, right before you lose Mars. And Taurus, I mean, Cancer, with you getting Mars, I feel like, or you having Mars now, there is something about like motivation coming in, the audacity, the balls, the gumption, the fearlessness to go into this emotional battle, the fearlessness to dive into the past, this fearlessness or this urge or this motivation or readiness to really like unpack it, let it go, get it off of you, like shake the weight off. It feels like there's like, even there could even be stuff about weight loss. I feel like you may like get the physical drive to really like lean into a new physical or workout regimen or routine. But Cancer, empty your lungs. And then inhale through your nose and hold at the top whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready, let go and exhale out of your mouth. Empty your lungs all the way. Self-soothing, self-healing. Woo! First thing out of the gate, there is this brand new journey, brand new cycle. This is actually, the Fool is an Aquarius card because this card's ruled by Uranus, but it's often associated with Aries because it is the first card of the major arcana. And so there is something here about, like, first thing out to be clarified on the Selenite throne is your relationship to your potential. There is so much potential with you getting Mars. There's so much opportunity for movement, so much opportunity for you to shed the weight, baby. The Fool travels light. There's something about, like, gathering or determining what the essentials are, gathering them, and leaving behind the rest. It's time to remove excess. I feel like turning your back on the wounds of the mother, turning your back on these wounds or these issues with your father. There's the end of a matter. You're really closing things out. This also doesn't have to be with your actual biological parents. It could be like people who raised you. It could be a mother-in-law, a father-in-law. There is just something about your relationship to risk, your relationship to, like, what does a risk versus a leap of faith look like to you, for you? Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I just feel like there's something about calculated risks. There may be somebody with Aquarius or Aries placements coming in. I feel like your connection to people with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements is really strengthening in some sort of way. I feel like there may be somebody with Leo placements also coming in or shining a bright light, or someone with Leo placements that's helping restore your faith or helping give you courage or strength or guidance in some sort of way. I feel like light is shining. Things are being revealed in Taurus season, where the direction that you're supposed to be going, the leaps of faith that will be required of you. There's something about understanding that, do you have the guts to leap? Do you have the guts to do it? Do you have the guts to put yourself out there? Do you have the guts to really, like, change your life, change your stars? 0 to the 1 on the bottom of the deck, the Magician. Do you have the guts? How is your faith set up? Is your faith set up strong enough that you're willing to take this leap of faith, that you know the earth will rise to meet your feet whenever you leap, and that you'll be able to proclaim and tell your story, and, like, this will lead to a story. Whatever risk, whatever leap of faith that you're thinking about doing, whatever it is, this is part of your testimony, and you're either going to shit or get off the pot. It's something about, it's time to figure out what is the essentials. What are the essentials, and what do you need to speak on, tell the truth about? With the Magician at the bottom of the deck, there's something here about, like, what have you discovered about yourself lately? Sorry, it was a fat chunk and nothing flew out. It was way too many cards, so I'm not taking any of that. Some of you are so afraid of success, so afraid of being seen. Some of you are so afraid to take this leap because this means you putting yourself out there, or you being in a more public eye, or you being seen more in some sort of way. I feel like some of you are really afraid to take this leap of faith because you're going to have to really tap into faith. You're going to have to really, like, figure out, have I been choosing fear, or am I choosing faith? Do I know how to choose faith? What do I do? You know, how do I get to 0 or balancing out or leveling out in some sort of way? What do I do with this new opportunity? What do I do with this new reset? What you do is turn away from the old habits. There is, like, you are finally turning away from that Captain Save-A-Ho shit. You're finally turning away from some traumatic, like, toxic bonds or trauma bonds. I feel like the black sheep is the new it girl. The black sheep is the new it person. You know what I mean? There's something about, like, transmuting all of this heaviness, this pain, this feeling left out, feeling like, you know, like no one gets you or understands you. All of the times that you've, you know, taken the brunt of the storm, all of the times that you've been left out in the cold, all the times that you felt rejected, I feel like you're transmuting that darkness, that pain into faith. There's something about, like, in Taurus season, what are you harnessing this energy, this Mars energy? Mars is ambition, drive. It's like, What are you going to harness that into? What are you going to like tap into that will? That's your willpower, your solar plexus chakra. When are you going to tap into that? And what are you going to do with the force that you generate? Once you tap into Mars in Cancer is forcing us to look at our mother wounds, our father wounds, our wounds of the past. And can nobody hold a grudge like a Cancer? Cancer rules the past. It governs family roots. And it just feels like really, really important that you tap into like what's going on with home. What happened? Like the first place that you knew to be home. This could be also about like real estate, moving, shifting, getting out of scarcity. Some of you are turning away from lack mentality or scarcity mentality. Some of you are finally quitting a job. Some of you are tapping into some sort of like entrepreneurial pursuit. Some of you are moving. Some of you are taking a real big like leap of faith. Some of you are like, you know, really investing in your living environment or doing something different with your living environment, really changing things up. I feel like it's time to invest in like the basics. It's time to cut back. This is going to be a juicy plunge already. We only got 2 cards out. I do feel like it's weird because I said your connection to people with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn placements is really changing, but I do feel like there are some toxic memories or connections or wounds that are still festering from someone with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements, maybe Aquarius placements, wow. And center of the reading being the Queen of Pentacles reversed. It just feels like your relationship to like your self-value, the way you value yourself it has to be evaluated. We are in the season of I have. And the things that you value are shifting. This is the 5 of Pentacles, and then the Queen of Pentacles, that's the 6 of Pentacles, which is the turning of the tables. There is something about like, you got to hold on to faith that this redistribution of wealth that I've been talking about, it's coming. The power that you need, that you want is coming. I feel like you really need to be good about your money. Don't be spending things all willy-nilly. And I know it's like, I'm telling you guys, don't like be into scarcity or lack mentality, but it's just like at some point you also have to like incorporate wisdom in that too, and discernment in that. And so if you are going to like operate on faith and you're, you know, buy things and like buy things that matter, like I'm building a different business and I'm going to be spending my money only on the things that contribute to the building of that other business. And that's how it feels like you guys are needing something like that too. Center of the reading being the Queen of Pentacles reverse. I feel like with Mars in Cancer also, some of you have been really, really down on yourself about your weight or your eating habits or your relationship to your physical body. And it feels like, or your relationship to like your spending habits. I just heard poverty line. Some of you are like flirting with the poverty line, or you feel like you're flirting with the poverty line. And that is going to be shifting. You've just got to start using your words. I feel like some of you are being put in the position to teach or mentor. Some of you maybe need to become a mentee. Maybe you're needing to take classes or invest in your education or, you know, in some sort of way. But I also just feel like what's going on with your relationship to nurturing yourself. Some of you may start to realize or remember like really fucked up things from your childhood or from your past, or really fucked up things that happened like with your mom. And you may need to, I feel like it would be really beneficial for you to find some very respectful way to create a like safe space and ask some of these hard questions and have some of these really important conversations. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. There also may be someone, wow, two queens in the center of the reading. So there may be somebody with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements that's really, really impacting your life this season. I feel like there's strength in your connection to the divine feminine, strength in your connection to your own feminine energy. There's freedom to be found in confidence. I feel like once you start tending to your foundation, like the foundation of your personality, the source of your validation, what is the source of your confidence? Some of us are in a place where we're healing from the severing of, or we're healing from the severing from outdated sources of validation. Let's say that you only, for example, like you only felt really good about yourself when other people complimented you. And now I feel like that self-confidence is starting to come from within because you've been willing to do some work and look at some of the icky, shadowy stuff. You've been willing to go into the emotional basement. Some of y'all been down to go, like you're being fearless. There's this fearlessness that's coming in, and I feel like you will be divinely supported to take the risk to go into that like room in the emotional basement that holds all the really fucking terrifying things that you're afraid to look at about yourself and about your life. And if you do the work to go into the room, you will come out victoriously. You will come out transformed. You will come out so upbeat, so lighthearted, so carefree, so ready to invest in yourself, so willing to invest in yourself, so willing to open yourself up to new friends, new partners, new connections. There may be a friend or a lover coming in with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements. Someone that's going to be like way more important to you than you expected. Final card, final message for Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. The Moon reversed. I like this actually because this feels like the breaking of illusions, you really seeing clearly. And this is a card of the Mother. This also could be if you were having some sort of delusion about your connection to a Pisces, someone with Pisces placements. Maybe you're really missing a Pisces, or maybe they're really missing you. I feel like some of you are there's just this healing in regards to like this juncture that you're at in regards to your spiritual journey. Bottom of the deck is the Seven of Pentacles, which lets me know the fruit of your labor is coming. Like you will be reaping a harvest. Some of you have planted the appropriate seeds and you finally get to reap the harvest. And you reap the harvest in multiple areas of your life. Some of you, I feel like, were bullied when you were a child, or some of you, there's still like profound inner child work that needs to be done. Reconnecting with your inner child, reconnecting to play, reconnecting to fun. I feel like also with the Seven of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck in Taurus season, your big focus needs to be time management, energetic management, like financial management, fiscal management, making sure that I feel like being wise about your money, being conservative, not being cheap, not being frugal, allowing yourself to assign hope, assign faith to your money when you spend it. I feel like also there's something here about be careful of micromanaging. I feel like learning how to delegate, learning when to ask for help, learning how to take advantage of the resources the resources that are your friends and your family. I also feel like there is someone I don't know why I just said that. There may be someone with someone with, I don't know, 7 tattoos, 7 pentacles, 7 cars, 7, something significant, 7 houses, I don't know. That could be a thing. Like some of you may be really looking to, 7 bridges, 7, bushes, 7 businesses. There 7 figures, maybe some of you reach 7 figures. Maybe some of you maybe there's someone around you that's really investing in you. I feel like someone with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements may be really investing in you, or you're really investing in that relationship and connection. So let's get a look at this. Two major arcana out, one in the beginning and one at the end. So there's major redirection in the beginning of Taurus season, and in the at the end of Taurus season, coming out with a bang. This is a fresh start. This is something like really brand new. We're riding this big high off of these new moons. There's two new moons in Aries season. There was the one at 0 degrees and then the one at the anaretic degree at 29 degrees of Aries. And in the sign of I Am, two new moons, there's a lot of seeds to plant with two new moons. A lot of seeds, a lot of, you know what I mean? So if you're planting extra seeds, if you planted extra seeds, trust and believe there will be extra harvest. You will have a bountiful harvest. And I just feel like your relationship to belief, hope, faith, allowing yourself to be led, allowing yourself to be guided. Some of you are going to see your mom. Some of you are going to back to your hometown, or going to your roots in some sort of way. I feel like if the opportunity to travel comes up in a Taurus season, please take it. There may be traveling to go see a Pisces, or someone with Pisces placements coming to travel or coming to see you. Someone with Aries, Aquarius, or Pisces placements coming in. Maybe Leo too, traveling with a Leo, traveling with a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Traveling and exploring the world in different parts of yourself with really loyal people. I do feel like some of you are wanting to quit something, or wanting to quit a job, or you may get this hair under your ass or fire under your ass to turn away from something, or to leave something that's established. Maybe you're leaving a job, or maybe this is something that you're suddenly, some of you may get fired or let go, and there's something about having faith that this rejection is absolutely for your protection. It's happening for you, and it's happening so that you can really grow up in some sort of way. I do feel like there are these financial kind of lessons that don't need to be perceived as hardships. It's time to figure out how to apply your spirit and your faith and your belief into your betterment, into the betterment of your business, into the betterment of your body, into connecting more deeply with yourself, your friends. Some of you, there may be an animal that you get, or an animal that or finally processing the pain of an animal that passes, or maybe there's a family member that one of their, or a friend or a lover or someone's animal may transition. Maybe you're getting new animals, but I feel like also Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising, I feel like you're tapping into a really primal part of yourself. This eclipse, it's funny, the moon here, the moon represented here, and then the sun in the Fool card, and they bookend the reading. And this is, this full moon. These full moons, these eclipses that we're having, they will be really impactful for you. And I want you to tend to your exoskeleton, the way that you keep yourself guarded, the way that it feels like it's time to come out of your shell. It's time to lean into being more social. It's time to lean into being more trusting. It's time to lean into surrounding yourself with people that you can be way more authentic with. I feel like some of you, there may be just financial scares, but you need to apply trust and believe. I have access to divine resources and prosperity. God is my supply. God makes a way where I don't see a way. It's time for you to really lean into your faith, your belief, the divine, the universe, whatever you like to say. I like to say God. But there is just something here about it's time to, in Taurus season, I do feel like you're going to get Taurus season is really asking you to get a hold of your finances, really asking you to get better habits, like better habits with like keeping track of your money, how you spend it. I feel like spending, but also this is just like, this feels like food, like your relationship to food, your relationship to the quality of the food that you're eating. Maybe some of you find out or you develop food allergies, or you find out something that, you know, has been really bloating you, or you get to the root of something. Some of you are like trying out different diets. Maybe you're eliminating different things from your diet. There's just a lot to learn about your emotional habits when you look at your relationship to food and your relationship to consumption, your relationship to like, and I just feel like there's an altering of your diet. And when I say diet, I don't just mean food. I mean like all the things that you consume, the type of media that you consume, the type of company that you keep, the quality or the caliber of the company that you keep is shifting, because I feel like you are really figuring out what you value about yourself. And I feel like other people are really displaying to you what they value about you. And it's going to really help you get to the root of some major insecurities, some major issues that you've had with self-care, self-love, consistency, creating a plan and sticking to it. I just feel like there's a lot of wisdom being birthed out of some very uncomfortable times. I feel like I just want you to be emotionally prepared to go back and revisit some very kind of cold times in your life or in your childhood. And some of you, I feel like you're going to really get to the root of this like Captain Save-A-Ho thing, or this like hero complex thing that can kind of like pop out of you sometimes. And I feel like your connection to your intuition. Some of you I feel like you can make money off of like, or there's something, you know, that you're some kind of gift that you're able to monetize, some sort of artistry that you're able to monetize. Some of you may be experiencing creative blocks, and you may be thinking that you're disconnected from like your muse or spirit, or your artistry, or you're feeling maybe drained or tired once Mars leaves. But I feel like Mars leaves you with such profound gifts and information about yourself that it like leaves you with this flame lit that you can carry on with you into Leo season, when the sun is in Leo. Only thing I'm not seeing, there are no cups out. There are no swords out. So I do feel like you're going to have to put a lot of extra energy or emphasis into making sure that you're being very logical, that you're accessing your logic and your intuition and your feelings before you make a decision. And that you're not hiding your emotions or closing yourself off from your emotions. You're represented by the crab because like you are, not just because, but one of the things about being represented by the crab is like y'all can fucking sidestep some shit. You know what I mean? And a lot of times you can sidestep like your emotions, you can sidestep people, you can and it's easy for you to choose to do that, for you to choose isolation or aloneness, or, you know, the satisfaction of your own solitude, because what's inside is so delicate that you grew bones on the outside to protect it all. You needed to grow bones on the outside to protect it all. And I feel like it's time to like try to become a soft shell crab. I love you. Let's get into it. I'll see you over on Patreon. Patreon.com/justjeverything. Love you.
For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.